Hi y'all. Today I'm going to talk about the 10 mistakes that I hope you're not making in your email marketing. Email marketing can be one of the most valuable channels that you use to market your business. It's particularly valuable because uniquely email marketing gives you a one-on-one opportunity to communicate with your audience. You're in the inbox and there's nothing else at that moment that's occupying your attention. Unlike social media, where you have to stand out in the midst of a lot of noise, once you're in the inbox and you can get the reader to open your email, you've got their attention for the amount of time that they are reading your message. So today I'm going to talk about the top 10 mistakes that I see that come into my inbox from others who are marketing their products and services. Yeah, these top 10 things are in no particular order, but the first one I'm going to talk about is a lack of personalization. Now, I'm not just talking about adding a name in the subject line, but I'm talking about personalizing based on behavior, on clicks, what they click on, um, how many of your emails they actually open and read, maybe even on where they are. The more relevant your email is to the reader, the more likely they are to act on it or open it and read it and click. So make it relevant by personalizing it. The second mistake I see is using an email template. Now, just give me a second here to explain what I'm talking about. There are email templates all over the internet that you can download free, and they're great, and they're well done, and they're successful, and they're written by people who really know what they're doing and have had great success. But if you copy and paste somebody else's words into your email, you are cheating your audience out of your voice, which is why they subscribe to your list to begin with. So use templates to learn from and to maybe model after, but stop short of the copy paste. A blah subject line. Well, if your subject line is boring, you're not going to convince anybody to open your email. Play on emotions. And now I know that can sound manipulative, but we're talking about doing this in an ethical way. So you want to create urgency. You want to take advantage of FOMO, which is fear of missing out. Hurry, don't miss this discount, don't miss the special, whatever. Or just a headline that arouses some kind of curiosity that makes the reader wonder what in the world could they be talking about and makes them want to open the email. Don't ignore your analytics. Sometimes that's not the most fun part of any sort of marketing, and especially for creative folks, analytics aren't fun, numbers aren't fun. They're certainly not fun for me. But I think of them as my GPS. My analytics tell me what to do more of and what to do less of. You know how when you're driving and it says recalculating? That means you're going the wrong way. So think of your analytics as that voice that's going to tell you to recalculate where you're going and what you're doing. Or it might tell you that you're doing great and keep going just the way you are. Don't skip testing. Your email provider probably offers some kind of A/B testing, and you can test different components of your email. I've tested subject lines. I've tested images versus just plain text email. There's a lot of people who have opinions about that, whether plain text or whether emails with images do better, and what topics to write about, what to send. So test everything you do, but only test one thing at a time so you know what you're looking at. Don't neglect how your email looks on mobile. I got an email the other day from a source that I really want to hear from, and I was so bummed because it looked terrible. The text was tiny and I could not read it on my phone. without having to pinch and blow it up, and then I was scrolling constantly, and it was just a terrible, terrible experience. Do not, do not alienate your mobile viewers. Depending on your industry, anywhere between 26 and 78% of your opens are going to be on mobile devices. So you could be alienating a large chunk of your audience by neglecting mobile. Don't overly depend on images. This email I got from Instagram expert Sue B. Zimmerman, and this shows you that you can use images to highlight your content, but you can set it up in a way that all is not lost. You notice most of her email is actual text, and the image is great because it shows her looking up at the headline, and that helps draw attention to it because our eyes are always drawn to human faces. But it works just as well as a text-only email. It's all the same content, and I'm not missing anything by not having images turned on. Don't make your whole email one big image. If you do that, then people who depend on a screen reader or people who just don't turn on images in their email will miss your message. Don't forget about automation. There's a lot you can do to automate your email marketing. Every new subscriber should get your welcome sequence where it's really kind of the email equivalent of showing them around your store if you had a brick and mortar location. So make sure that you welcome and let them know what to expect and tell them a little bit about you and just give them what they need to know to get the most out of your content. Also, automation is great for customer nurturing. If you have a long sales cycle and your product has a high price, it might take some time to nurture those leads. And email is great for that when you automate it. It's also excellent for post-purchase. If you want reviews, it's a great way to get Google reviews or questions about your purchase, or just to promote other related products. So don't sleep on automation. Now, don't be spammy. HubSpot says if you include both an exclamation point and a question mark in your headline, you are going to be flagged for spam. Now, there's more information about this and a link to their article in the blog post. Be careful of spam words like free, like multiple $signs, or writing in all caps. So be very careful about anything that smacks of spam. And you can look up, if you just do a Google search on email spam words, you can find a list of them. So it's a good idea to watch those. And number 10, excessive verbosity. Bullets are better than paragraphs. No one is going to read, particularly on a mobile phone, no one is going to read long paragraphs in your email. Use short sentences and use strong action verbs. And write concisely. These are my 10 mistakes in email. I hope that you're not making them, and I hope that if you are, you recognize yourself and it's time to correct your course. So check yourself. Be sure you're not making any of these mistakes. If you would, follow me on Twitter at Beth G. Sanders, on Instagram at Beth G. Sanders Online. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get updates every time I post new content. And check out my website and my marketing blog at bethgsanders.com. Until next week.